Showdown with Brown time, week 15 of the NFL season. Amazingly enough, Mark Malusis with the owner of Empire Automotive Group, Michael Brown. What's going on, Michael? How are you?
Great, Mark. Great.
Yeah, another week, another winner. We'll get to that momentarily. Paul Mazzola, he registered last week, went to shopempireauto.com/pickwindrive. We do this each and every week throughout the course of the NFL season. Michael makes a selection against the spread. You register. Registration's free. We draw your name. You're in the hopper for a 3-year lease at the end of the football season. And let's be honest, Michael, this football season, you've been hot. We've got a lot of winners this year. You still have an opportunity to win.
Yeah.
And the nice pick with the Chargers Sunday night over Miami.
Yeah, hey, the outright win, right? We were getting points, got the outright win. Listen, I just thought that Miami going across country again, second week in a row, they're showing some fraudulent tendencies, and Chargers took care of business.
Yeah, Justin Herbert and the Chargers, they look pretty good to keep their playoff hopes alive, trying to get there as a wild card team in the AFC. Let's talk a little local football because there's a lot to get into. First off, happy holidays to everyone out there. Let's talk a little Jets. Up in Buffalo against the Bills, they lose 20-12. Another game with missed opportunities, whether it be penalties on defense, the fumble by Michael Carter. That's a game that the Jets easily could have won.
Without a doubt. Well, here's the stat I would look at. It's the second week in a row where you've outgained your opponent in total yardage.
Yeah.
You're going up and down the field, and your defense is stopping them. But then you're blowing up yourselves with injuries or with penalties or with turnovers, things that are stopping drives, struggling in the red zone, things of that nature. That's just going to hurt you. And it's a young team.
Yep.
And this is what's going to happen with a young team. And, you really got to look at it, though, and say, look what we got. You got probably the offensive rookie of the year, probably the defensive rookie of the year. The GM did his job here.
Yeah.
And the team's just got to keep growing, and that's what you got to expect. I will say that I wasn't crazy about the call to kick a field goal late in the game. I would have went for a touchdown. That sets you up much better when you have less than a minute on the clock and 3 timeouts. Now you only got to get in field goal range for Greg the Leg, right, to go boot one, and you got a shot to win the football game. We had Buffalo where we needed them. They were struggling on offense. They weren't moving the ball on that defense. Even without Quinnen, they were not moving the ball.
Jet defense plays, and really the reason why this team, last 4 weeks of the regular season got an opportunity to make the playoffs. We'll get to Jets-Lions, but how about quickly on the Giants?
Yeah.
They get set to take on the Commanders on Sunday night down in Maryland, but they got absolutely waxed by Philadelphia. There's really not much to analyze.
What are you talking about?
Philly's great.
Yeah.
Philly's...
And you got the MVP on the team, right?
That's exactly
Jalen Hurts is playing MVP-type football.
Yeah.
They are leading the charge in the NFC. Nobody's really close. Maybe San Francisco, if you could talk about them. But, the Eagles manhandled them all game front to back.
And now you get a Washington team that you just saw 2 weeks ago that you tied up at 20. Now you're going on the road. And the Giants have got a ton of injuries, including their star running back Saquon Barkley.
Who's their best receiver?
Darius Slayton, that's it.
Yeah, you got to get some weapons on the team. I'm sure they're going to work on this in the offseason. The really good news for the Giants, I know it's frustrating for Giants and Giants fans, but the really good news is I think you got your quarterback. And you got your head coach.
Yes.
The rest can come. You got to go get some pieces in the offseason, but you have the template now and you have the base. So you were in nowhere land before this year, and look what you got.
And Philadelphia is probably the example of where you want to be 2-3 years from now. Because just look how loaded that team is. All right, before we get to your selection, week 15, first and foremost, let's talk a little bit about, you guys do a tremendous job outreach into the community. Tell us a little bit about Empire's donation to Small Ball.
Yeah, Small Ball is an effort that was brought up by guys in the community. They wanted to teach some of the kids how to play hoops, get them off the street, number one. It's funded by donations.
Right.
So participants don't have to pay anything. They get to participate. It teaches these kids about defense. It teaches these kids about the education of basketball and really how to play the game correctly. I think it's a great thing. Like I said, anything to get these kids in a place where they are learning, where they are using energy and active, playing with other participants, developing relationships. Anything we can do in these underprivileged communities to get them focused on something, for a cause, I think it's really good.
Small Ball United, they're doing tremendous work. Now, the other thing is, my wife asks me all the time, you go into this car dealership, what's the inventory like? So let me ask you, Michael, because you own a lot of car dealerships. Yeah. What's the inventory? If someone's looking to get a car, what's the inventory like right now?
Listen, it's getting better. It's an ebb and flow. Some months are better than others when it comes. This chip crisis, when we learned about it, they warned us. They said this is going to be years, plural, right?
Okay.
And not everyone believed it. Well, here we are on the cusp of 2023, and we still have cars, still have brands that the inventory is really light. But where there might be inventory light in one brand, you got heavier inventory in another. So it is balancing out. It's much better than it was. So definitely come down and see us. We'll be able to help you one way or the other.
And there's nobody better than Empire Automotive Group. They'll help you out and take care of you. All right, Michael, let's look at the Week 15 slate. We talked a little bit about Giants and Commanders. They're getting 4.5 on the road Sunday night. Yeah. Jets are getting 1 at home against the Lions. Are we going to go local with your pick this week, or are we going to go around the league?
Well, I think I owe it to the Jets to stay local.
There you go. I love that. All right, so I don't think you're taking Dan Campbell and the Lions.
No, and this is just flat out disrespect.
Yes.
This is Vegas laughing at the Jets.
Yeah.
And saying they're not for real. That's what they're saying. They're saying they're not for real. Mike White, more specifically, you're not for real. And I don't believe that. I think Mike White is as real as it gets. The guy's calm. The guy gets knocked out of the game twice, not once, but twice, and comes back and throws missiles against a tough defense. What's he going to do to Detroit?
No, move the ball up and down the field.
And we're not going to get any credit for having a top 3 defense in the NFL. I know Detroit's got a good offense.
Yeah.
But we got a top 3 defense.
Well, that's where it doesn't. Everyone talks about the Niners defense. Give the Jets credit. The Jets have got an unbelievable defense.
Listen, in the words of Bart Scott, can't wait. This is crazy. This line to me isn't right. Yeah. Something's wrong. And yes, I want to make sure Mike White's healthy. And yes, I want Quinnen Williams to play. He's a 50-50 chance. But you know what? Quinnen or no Quinnen, that defense has to rally. They have to prove that they are a top 3 defense in the NFL, and I believe they will. Coach Saleh has done a great job at preparing his team all year. He'll have them prepared this week. They're going to come out and get it done. They're going to win the game.
Jets +1. That's Michael's selection. He's telling you he doesn't even need the point, nor should you. So now it's up to you. Go to shopempireauto.com/pick-win-drive. Register. It's free. Michael's selection against the spread. If he's right, and he's been riding a heater all season long, and you have an opportunity, we draw your name, opportunity, a 3-year lease on an automobile at the end of the football season. Let's go Jets. Michael, good luck to you.
Thanks, Moose.
You got it, and good luck to you.